Hi and welcome to Boss His Money. I'm so excited that you stopped at my channel today. In case we haven't met, I'm Pastor Charity, and on this channel I talk about kingdom finances, kingdom businesses, and I also talk about holistic living because I believe God wants us to live whole lives. Please, if you find value in this video today, leave me a thumbs up so that we can share this video to as many people as possible. In this video today, I want to share with you some of the landlord mistakes I made as a beginner. I'll share with you some of the tricks and tips for landlords that I'm still learning. I'm still in the process of learning. It doesn't matter whether you are a new landlord or you've been a landlord or you're just aspiring to be a landlord in the future, or even just for interest sake. It's very important for you to learn some of these things. I wish I knew the things I know now earlier on in life. Buying and selling of houses is one of the businesses that I run. I'm a real estate investor, and I decided to be buying and selling properties and also renting them out. So I'm so proud to be a landlord, but there are certain things that I've learned along the way, and that's what I want to share with you. The first mistake I made was being moved by emotions. When you are renting your house, you should never allow the emotions to be involved when you are bringing in a new tenant. You should have a tenant based on merit, not based on emotions. One time I was so pressured by my daughter because one of our clients was pressuring her about looking for a place to rent. She kept nagging me to a point that I didn't go through all the processes that I needed to go through in order to get a tenant into one of my properties. Because of the pressure she was giving me, I finally gave in without doing all the necessary background check that I needed to do. It's very important for you to check the people that you are bringing into your own house. Remember, your own apartment or whatever property that you have that you're renting out. It's not good for you to just be moved because you feel sorry, you feel compassion for people, or because you know them. It's important for you to know if they'll be able to pay you on time, or if they'll be able to pay you at all. Also, are they able to keep your property in order, or are they clean enough, or are they responsible enough so that your property can still continue maintaining its value? I didn't do all that. That was my own mistake. I believe that when you make such a mistake, you don't blame it on anybody, but you blame it on yourself. So I didn't do my due diligence. I ended up getting this lady into one of my houses. And alas, within just 3 months, the house was trashed. I mean, the neighbors were always writing to me complaining about bringing someone who was now trashing their neighborhood. The thing is, when your surrounding is dirty, it affects the entire neighborhood. The aim of you going into a neighborhood is to try and make it better than you found it. So this person was literally trashing the inside of the house and trashing the outside of the house, and I was constantly getting reports from the neighbors, and they went to the extent of even breaking the walls of the house. It's very important for you to screen the people that you are bringing into your own house. And it's also important for you to get references of where they are coming from. What type of people are they? Even if you may know them on a personal level, you don't know them that well. So it's very important to get the references. Apart from their payment histories, you should also check what type of people are they. Because in the end, when you don't do all that check, you end up the one in trouble to fix the house when they leave it trashed. Please subscribe by hitting the red button and the bell as well so that you don't miss the next uploads that I make. The second mistake you can make as a landlord is to have shortcuts when you are fixing the house. It's so tempting to just go to Home Depot, Lowe's, or any of these home improvement stores to buy things that are cheaper. so that you can quickly fix your house and be on the move. The downside to that is when you use low quality materials, it's gonna cost you more. Cheap is always more expensive. You end up fixing and refixing and refixing. And then there are also major repairs that need to be done on a property, like the roof, for instance. When you start patching the roof, it may cost you a little less than fixing the whole roof. But at the end of the day, you'll patch one part and then you'll be required to patch another part. And then in the process, you are paying more money. So it's better for you to just fix the whole roof. And once you fix it, yes, it's going to be high. But once you fix it, it's going to go for a long time before you can have to fix the roof again. So when you make the major repairs like the roof, and do it right the first time, you'll be able to get your returns better than when you're just fixing every now and then. And that includes all the other repairs that you make in the home. Make sure that you do it right the first time. The other mistake I noticed is about the carpets. Carpets can look nice when you first install them. But one thing I realized is that carpets can be costly to install in the first place. So it will cost you a lot of money upfront to put the carpets in. And depending on the tenant that you have, some tenants can be very clean, but they cannot avoid accidents. And they're going to end up messing your carpet. And every time you have a new tenant, or maybe even after a year or two, you might be required to change your carpet again and again. So why not just go for something that is more durable? If it's your own house, maybe you can decide to just have a carpet and through use the carpet. But if it's a rental property, the lesson I learned is that it's better to have floors, hardwood floors. Carpet sometimes will smell and will trap a lot of dirt. It's not even a good practice for you to bring in new tenants using the same carpet, so you have to remove it again. When you have hardwood floors, the tenant can easily buy their own area rugs, which they can remove when they are moving out of that house. And to my own experience, I feel like carpets don't make the house look as clean as, or even as high-end as hardwood floors would. Usually the hardwood floors will cost you a little bit more upfront, but then they will last you a long time as compared to carpets. When we first bought our house where we live right now, the floors were all covered with carpet, and we stayed like that for a little bit. But after some time, I couldn't bear the look of the house. I decided to remove them and then maybe replace them with hardwood floors. I was so amazed. Under there were beautiful floors, and I wondered why the previous owner had to put carpets on top of the floor. I think the floors with hardwood floors look beautiful. What do you think? Please leave me a comment about the floors. Which ones do you prefer, carpets or hardwood floors? Another thing that you need to deal with as a landlord upfront is talk about the pets. Pets are man's best friends, and many people want to live with their pets, which is okay. But the problem comes in when you are renting your house and somebody has a pet which you didn't know about, or they even have pets which you didn't even talk about from the very beginning. It becomes a problem for you to start talking about this issue once the people are already in your property. So the best practice is for you to ask them, how many pets do you have up front, or if they are planning on getting pets. Because from my experience, I noticed some cats will scratch the floors and some dogs will pee on the floors. All those things going on. At the end of the day, that house is being damaged, and those floors are being damaged because of the pets. So if you didn't consider adding a charge for the pets that people have, it's going to bring you a problem. Of course, pets should be allowed in homes, but there should be an extra charge that you give for someone that has pets. That way you have an understanding from the very beginning. These are just some of the few mistakes that I made as a landlord, and there are some more that I'll share with you going along. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your sister. cheering on your success.